Amidst peace talks, the Russians are attacking more and more. The assaults have become more massive and fierce. You can see this for yourself in this video. Two Russian APCs have been spotted. These are BTR-82A APCs with cope cages on them. UAV operators are closely monitoring their movements. Strike drones flew out to the targets. The Russians are driving along the road and reaching the cemetery. We see the first strike. At the same time, the second drone was already dropping a grenade on the APCs. We see that the Russian tin cans are starting to smoke and burn right while moving. A fragment of an artillery shell hits the APC. The first target is destroyed, but where is the second? And these guys still manage to reach the settlement and drop off the infantry. Pay attention to these mines. Apparently, they became the last stop for this APC. It turns out that the AFU sent a tank to intercept this group. The drone strikes first. Then the tank arrives. It puts an end to this attack. A few shots and the APC turns to dust. The ammunition detonates. And we see smoke rising above what was once enemy equipment. The tank's last shot at the enemy's possible position ends this desperate attack. After a while, the Russians tried again, but look at this. These are ordinary bukhankas with useless protection against drones attached to them. They encounter a mine on their way. But to my surprise, the Russians continue moving. A little further on, the vehicle hits another mine, but it is still running. Next comes a drone strike. The bukhanka starts to smoke. A few more accurate strikes and the truck stops. Somehow, the second vehicle remains operational and reaches the settlement. The soldiers leave the bukhanka. It was a fatal mistake. Ukrainian drones leave the enemy no chance. Blow after blow, they are turning the building into a rubble heap. Russian operation has failed. In another direction, the Russians are preparing a massive attack. A huge column moves across a field covered with shell craters. An enemy mutant tank steps on one of the mines. Now the other tin cans will have to drive around the destroyed target. The first APC passed without any problems, but there are still mines in that place. Take another look. The drones come into play. We see a precise strike on the APC moving first. The defenseless target is immediately finished off. But the attacks don't end there. Another column has been spotted. We see 3 turtle tanks. The AFU launches drones into the air. The first bird flies right under the tank's barrel. But pay attention to its protection. The Russians prepared thoroughly. Direct hit. Right behind it, another one. The target is in smoke. Another drone is on the tank's tail and is preparing to strike. Direct hit. At the same time, the second tank is also hit. From another angle, we see that the equipment has been stopped. Another drone strike, after which the ammunition begins to detonate. The final strikes turn the tanks into piles of ash. Ukrainian drones record their successes. The attack has completely failed. The enemy does not stop. This time, the Russians have spread out. 2 APCs are driving along a road where there is already destroyed equipment. The AFU drone strikes first. The target becomes uncontrollable and rolls into a field littered with mines. From several angles, we see an explosion of incredible power. Look at it again. Another APC is close to breaking through, but the drone strike stops it. A tank follows behind it. It steps on mines. One after another, they explode under its tracks. The AFU drone strikes, but the target continues to move. Another strike, and the smoke-shrouded tank stops. Cluster munitions put an end to the adventures of this meat barrel. At the same time, a Russian APC rolls across the field. It is left to its fate. The first drone attacks the helpless target. Another strike follows immediately after. The final strike symbolically tears off the anti-drone grid and throws it several meters up. The AFU has 2 targets left to destroy. Several mines are encountered on the tank's path. After the second one, we see that it has started to have problems. It had to stop. The drones fly towards the wounded target. Strike after strike, they destroy the target, and this is the last APC in this attack. The drone accelerates and... a fatal blow. The attack is stopped. 9 pieces of equipment are destroyed. 4 are damaged. We strive to make this content better for you by using original graphics, sound design, and unique scenarios. We hope you like our work. Now, let's take a look at this attack. 9 enemy vehicles have been detected. The drone strikes the front of the convoy. The strike and the smoking APC can be seen from a great height. A series of accurate hits stops some of the vehicles on this road. Strike after strike, the AFU drones were able to do this, but some break through further. Several drones try to intercept this target. The first strike does not stop the APC, but after the second one, smoke appears. The APC loses control and hits a mine. This is its last stop. Look how fast this one is going. But here's a setback. It encounters a mine on its way. Look again. Great fireworks. This is what's left of it later. The Russians' armored vehicles are successfully destroyed. Many tanks and APCs are engulfed in smoke and flames on their last road. It's a fiasco. But the next day, the madness continued. The first target was stopped by a drone. The hit is so accurate that the smoke-shrouded APC stops and burns to the ground. The rest of the armored vehicles drove on. A mine stops one of them. We see the APC slowly rolling to the side of the road, letting the rest of the column pass. The next target is also stopped by a mine. The infantry dismounts and takes cover. An AFU drone stops another APC. The Russians realized that the assault had failed. Therefore, this T-72 tried to escape by another route. A remotely set mine prevents it from doing so. And this tin can apparently had a lot of explosives on board. The APC hits the mine and gives us a spectacular fireworks display. And again, we see a lot of burning equipment on the road. This attack also failed. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episodes.